This is things I wish someone told me in my late teens and early 20s, part 2, Finance Edition. Because apparently the series was popular. Start investing a portion of your money and buy ETFs. ETFs are a way where you can not only save your money, but also invest a portion of your money into different avenues for growth. With ETFs, you are essentially buying different stocks at multiple different companies. It's super easy and the most basic way to start investing. As a beginner, if you just want to be a passive investor, so not getting too involved and having to stay updated like an active investor who actively has to be updated all the time with the markets and the economy, Wealthsimple is a great brokerage app you can use, and it's super user-friendly and intuitive to use. I recommend watching a few YouTube videos just to get a basic understanding on how to start investing and buy ETFs. Keep a record of every transaction you make. Every time I make money or spend money on something, I always whip out my phone and type it into my notes. Here's an example of how it might look like in my notes. And I separate my transactions by each month. So I have transactions recorded for January, and then transactions recorded for February, and so on. And then when I have some spare time, I organize all my transactions into a spreadsheet for every month. I also go over all my bank and credit card statements to make sure I didn't miss any transactions in my notes. Keeping a record of all your transactions gives you an idea of how much money you make, how much money you spend, and where you spend your money. Don't be the person that says, I don't know where all my money went. Don't be like that. I know it seems tedious and like a lot of work, but it pays off. Knowing how much money you make and where it comes from and how much you spend on different expense categories gives you insight into where you should probably hold off spending for the next month. It's good to know what your financial habits are. Also, just because you have room on your credit doesn't mean that you should be spending money on your credit, especially if you don't have the income to pay it off. You can't put everything on your credit. You'll end up paying so much in interest. You're just screwing yourself over by doing this. It is perfectly acceptable and respectable to be that friend that says, I can't afford that right now, that's a bit out of my budget, or I'm trying to save up for something, or I'm trying to pay off my credit right now. Good friends will respect that. If your friends disapprove of you stating that boundary, they're not good friends.